Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Britton, and today we are actually going to be doing something new on my channel, so you chose the perfect time and the perfect day to check out this video. This video isn't just going to be a regular tutorial or review. I'm actually going to be starting a series on my channel where I'm going to call it Floppin' or Poppin'. I'm going to be talking about the newest products that are on the market right now for the beauty community. Whether it be cosmetics, so makeup, whether it be hair products, or also whether it be skincare. I'm mainly going to be focusing on makeup and skincare because that is what I use the most on my channel. I'm not exactly a hair channel, but I will talk about some now and then. What this series is it's going to be called Floppin' or Poppin', and pretty much that means I'm going to be going month to month. I'm probably going to be doing this once a month, and I'm going to be looking at new products that are out there in skincare, makeup, and hair care, and see not exactly a review, but I'm going to be looking at advertisement-wise, if there was really an interest in this product, why I think it either flopped or popped. I just thought this would be so fun. There's always something new and up and coming on the market for cosmetics because I feel like we're at a stage now where everything has been seen. So I feel like it's like everyone's trying to top each other, and some of them just don't do good and some of them flop. So I'm also going to be talking about the ones that do good and that are pop. We're going to go ahead and just get into it. I'm just going to give a very descriptive detail of the product, what I got off of the website, of the description of the product, and just why either flopped or popped for me. So let's get into it. So my first product today that I wanted to start off with was the Tarte Foundcealer foundation. It is a vegan formula. I would say about 1/3 of their cosmetics is vegan, not all of it, and you can tell that it's vegan because in store it will have like a little leaf with a V on the products that are vegan, and the ones that are not obviously don't have that marking. Sorry if I'm looking down, my notes are down here on all the products. I wanted to do the most research that I could, so if I look down, I'm sorry. So this foundation is supposed to be ultra comfortable, natural radiant finish, and it also listed it as a custom coverage. So it's saying that you could build it from sheer, light to medium, and it stops at medium coverage. Why I just felt that this was such a flop in my opinion and just wasn't it for me is because when I think of Foundcealer, I think of a foundation and concealer in one, which to me in my head is full coverage. So the fact that this is more of a sheer to medium coverage foundation, I just don't think the name was right for it. It could be an amazing formula, but to list it as a Foundcealer, like foundation, concealer, foundation, and in my head I'm thinking I'm going to be getting full coverage, which I think a lot of people think when they see that foundation, because when I'm at work and people are asking for a full coverage foundation, I've had people go, well, what about the Foundcealer? And automatically in people's heads they're thinking it's full coverage when it's not. So I think it is a little deceiving, which is why, again, it could be an amazing formula, but I just don't think that it was right to put Foundcealer and then have it be just not full coverage. Like I was really bummed about the name of it, and again, I wish they would have made that because we need some good full coverage foundation. Lastly, it is going to have titanium dioxide and zinc oxide sunscreen, and you're getting SPF 20, which I think is amazing. And I think that they should definitely start going towards, or just everyone in general should start going towards putting sunscreen in their foundation, because me personally, since I have oily skin, it's really a struggle to try and put sunscreen on my skin every single day with my foundation. It makes my skin so greasy looking that I don't want to do it. So if it's already infused in a foundation, that would be amazing. Overall, again, if I hear a foundation that's called a Foundcealer, I would definitely think that it's going to be full coverage, and you're not getting full coverage out of it. So that's why I just called this product a flop. Again, if you call something a Foundcealer, it should be a full coverage foundation. So the next one actually on my list is a pop, and that is going to be the new Fenty Bronzers. Now, if you haven't checked these out, it is amazing. I love the inclusivity of this product. Fenty created 8 bronzer shades, so every skin tone has it, and I love how they divide it up. So if you need help finding your shade of bronzer, if you know your shade in the foundation, just for example, if you're shade 100 through 120, you'd be this one or anything like that. It helps with finding it, which I think is really cool. It is also $30, which isn't a bad price. It's comparable to a lot of known bronzers like the Hoola bronzer, which is the same price, as well as the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer as well too. Really pretty. Yeah. The packaging is so gorgeous. I believe it has like a rose gold casing. Opens beautifully. It's again that honeycomb shape I believe that they have with their highlighters, which I think is really cool and unique. This formula is supposed to be lawn wearing and transfer resistant, which I think is amazing, just because with the Too Faced one, it's beautiful. I have issues with it getting patchy on my skin. So I just really enjoyed this one, just because if it's going to be transfer proof as well as long wearing, we need that for an everyday person. It is also a smooth and creamy formula, so it's not going to be too drying, and that's where you're not going to get that patchiness, as well as it's a soft matte finish. It blends really beautifully, and again, I think overall what I'm just so obsessed with in general with Fenty is how inclusive they are with their shade ranges. It's not just one bronzer. Good luck to whoever can use this or try to use this. They created it so everyone has a bronzer, and they also created it so it's so easy to find your bronzer within their brand. So definitely give this product a look at, especially for summer coming up. We all want that bronzy glow. So definitely go ahead and check these bronzers out because they are a pop and they definitely deserve to be purchased. So this next one isn't exactly just one item, but actually a collection. So this next flop isn't just one single item, it is actually a series, which is the Urban Decay and Game of Thrones series. I wanted this to work out so badly because I am such a Game of Thrones fan, but when you look at this series, I just wasn't really interested. It wasn't something that I thought like, okay, I need to grab this. Like, I am a fan. Like, this is something that I need to keep because it's so cool. And it just did not work out the way that I wanted them to create this. So we will start with the eyeshadow palette. So the eyeshadow palette retails for $65. If you do the math, I believe it comes with 16 or 18 eyeshadow shades. Each eyeshadow in total is $3.25 per pan in the palette. In total, for an eyeshadow palette and what you're getting, that isn't a bad price, but the only concern I have with these is they are not as pigmented as I would like them to be. In general, I have not had the best of luck with Urban Decay's eyeshadows. They're just too powdery for me, and just blendability wise, they just didn't really work out for me. So I swatched these. Of course, I haven't purchased it. Again, they could be completely different with a brush, but I just wasn't I didn't have that awe factor. I also wish that this palette had more of a cohesive color story. So it goes by, I believe there's 4 different realms, and it's this color story of Daenerys's, the Lannisters, believe the Night King, and one other. I don't know the last one, do not kill me. Looking at those color stories in general, obviously you can use the whole palette, but if you look at each color story, I just think they're kind of confusing. I just don't think that they go good together, and I was just kind of bummed out about it. I love the names of them. I just wish they had a better color story within those little series. Overall, for the eyeshadow palette, it is a really cool palette. I love the packaging. I love the little throne that comes up when you open it. I love the quote. I didn't like, though, how you have to pull the thrones up here and then you have to pull the eyeshadows out from underneath. I just think that, one, that is so bulky. I don't think that it's practical for everyday use of having to pull it out, push it back in. I just don't think it was practical. So really cool packaging, but in my opinion, it is not worth the $65. I can get a lot more palettes with better pigment. And again, it was a really cool idea. I just wish that it was pulled off nicer. And I just wish that it was less confusing and more practical for every day. Out of the entire collection that they did with Game of Thrones, my absolute favorite was those brushes with the swords. There was Needle, and then there was also Jon Snow's sword. Those were so cool. I love the detail. I love that concept. It's so unique because we haven't seen anything like that with any series. So I thought that was really cool, and that was the thing that I was definitely going to purchase out of the series. But those brushes sold out so fast online and in store, so I'm going to still try and get my hands on them. But that is probably the only thing I would purchase out of the series. Again, I think with this whole series, they just made things that we've seen before and put Game of Thrones on it, and I feel like they just kind of expected, okay, Game of Thrones, this is the last season, so everyone's gonna go crazy, so let us just make this. And that was my only thing, because I feel like presentation and everything, they could have done so much better. That's why it was so disappointing, but that is why it is a flop from me. But again, a very sad flop because I expected so much more. So next on my list, that's actually a pop, we have Sephora's skincare collection. So they just released this skincare collection by Sephora, the brand itself, because they already have the makeup, but now they have skincare. It is a clean line at Sephora, meaning that it's paraben, phthalate, and sulfate free. Also meaning that just any questionable or undesired ingredients in skincare is taken out, and it's just way cleaner of ingredients for you. I really like this skincare line because there is something within the line that anyone can use. So moisturizers, serums, they also have like the glow peel pads, which I use and absolutely love. They just eye creams, and what I love about it so much is how affordable their skincare is. So like their makeup line, super affordable, and the products are really good quality. So I just really hope that this skincare line doesn't get looked over. I feel like their makeup line just really gets looked over, and people just think, oh, because the price, it's not as good quality. What I also really like about this line is almost fragrance free. Why it is not fully fragrance free is because the products are made in Paris, and anything that comes out of Paris they make with a fragrance in their laboratories. That's just how it is, so that's why it couldn't be 100% fully fragrance free, but it just has a very nice fragrance, like fresh smell, not anything too crazy or overbearing, which I really like. Just to finish up with the Sephora skincare, again, I just love it because anyone can add anything to their skincare routine, as well as if you're just starting out with skincare and don't know what to choose or what to go to, that is a really good first start, just because they have their cleansers, they have their glycolic peels, they have their moisturizers, they have their serums, eye creams, you name it, they have it, and that's why you need to try something from the Sephora skincare. It is a pop, and y'all need to try it. And the last product that is going to be on my list today, guys, is going to be the Benefit Cheekleader Bronze Face Palette. This is a $60 palette that comes with 2 bronzers and 3 blushes, as well as the Benefit Hoola brush that you get when you purchase the Hoola bronzer. And again, it retails for $60, so pretty much you are paying $12 for each face product that comes within there. It comes with Coralista, Gold Rush, Hoola Caramel, and their new limited edition highlighter shade in the shade Cookie. This is such an amazing value for what you get in it, because Hoola on its own is $30, and I believe in the palette it's bigger than what the actual normal Hoola bronzer is. So such a good deal for what you're getting and what you're paying for. This is also a limited edition face palette. I have last year's, which was the one with the ballerinas on it, and I just think this year's was so much better than last year's. I think with one, they made it for the bronze, as well as the other one that's like their original of the series but has the lighter shades. I love that you could choose between the two instead of last year, what I think personally for me, it was a little too light for me, and I only get use out of 2 shades in that palette. The others are way too light and I can't use it. So I love that they made something that people can choose between their skin tone on what's going to work best for them. The new way they describe their highlighter is a silky formula that has a gold tone to it. Again, all I can speak on for this is how amazing that value is of what you're paying for and what you're getting out of it. It is also a really good travel palette, which is why I purchased this one, just because I will be traveling soon. So I wanted a palette that I could literally take with me, have my blush, highlighter, and bronzer in, and that palette is literally everything I need for my trip for like complexion wise. And again, the packaging and the products are so much more better quality, in my opinion, than what they were last year. I just thought last year's with the ballerina just looked a little kiddish to me. I just think the cheerleader one looks really cute, as well as the options that you get within each palette. I also really like as well too, if you didn't want to commit to the full $60 palette, they have a mini $30 palette for the bronze collection that is Gold Rush, Hula, and Cookie. They also have it for the other palette as well too, which I think is really cool if you don't want to commit to the whole palette. That's another really good option as well. Overall, if you're looking for a new complexion palette, this is a pop. And again, for the value that you're getting for it, everyone needs this in their makeup collection. You get so much for what you're paying for, and the quality is amazing. So go out and get yours because these are selling like crazy. I hope you enjoyed this first video to our series of Pop or Flop. If you have any constructive criticism that could help improve this series, or if you have certain products that you want to know if it's a pop or flop for me, definitely comment them down below. And you know the drill. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as well as please subscribe to my channel so you can be informed when I add new videos to this series, or when I post in general. Go ahead and turn on that bell notification. And if you are not already, follow me on Instagram at @bybritton, on Twitter at @bybritton1. That concludes our first pop or flop. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!